have a very good majority that the government has got, and more importantly, I think the Prime Minister and the BJP government has set out a very good development agenda. I think it set the stage for a lot of things to happen, both in terms of growth and development, but I think a lot in terms of innovation that can be bred, entrepreneurship that can be grown, domestic money that can go into such kind of activity, and even FDI to come in. From being from IAN, an angel investor group, I think we as angel investors today don't sit as a recognized body of investors. And I think recognition of angel investors is very, very important. They bring in the first level of very high risk, very high quality money, which breeds entrepreneurs. And I think this should be in some ways recognized, because it's post-tax money, domestic money largely, which goes into breeding and creating new companies and economic activity. One thing I would like to go one level deeper on this: most governments around the world give incentives to angel investors, be it in the UK, be it in US, Canada, Singapore. In India currently, we actually tax angel investors. So there is a double taxation. There is post-tax money which is getting invested in young startups, and those are then subject to further tax. So I think one of the key things that needs to move is Section 56 2B. We must remove it. Having said, when I say remove it, I don't mean that it should be removed completely. Let me make that very clear. We need to make it angel investment friendly, and we have given a proposal to the government how we can make it conducive for angel investing. We do understand why it's been brought into place. We don't want to touch that, but we need to sort of work for angel investments, because it is otherwise stunting investment in young startup companies in India, which is, I think, unnecessary. Second, I think we would suggest that regulatory issues that young startups face in starting a company, getting their their certifications done, getting their approvals done, I think it's a very long and tedious process. I mean, it's often said we are almost at the bottom of the heap in terms of how to do business in India. So I think there is a whole mechanism there that we would like the government to look at. Perhaps set up another STPI-like structure where young startups can breed, and it provides a single window opportunity for all their certifications and regulatory approvals. That's the second thing that we would like to see. I think the government's focus on breeding entrepreneurship and bringing in more money into the ecosystem, I think that's a great idea, but how do you do it is the question. Some of the things that the government could do is look at venture creation or venture debt, which can bring in a lot of money from the banks into early stage startups. I think domestic funding in India is very necessary, and we would like to see if there is a way that a lot of the funds and early stage VC funds can raise domestic money in India. I think the other thing which we would like to see is a kind of an encouraging policy coming in for early stage investing, specifically for angels, because they are not covered by anything. We are paying more than listed companies when we make a gains on capital gains, when we make on our exits, which I think is discouraging money coming into the space, whereas angels are actually taking much higher risk than listed companies. So we would like to see that. VCs are getting their tax pass through, so that's fair enough, and that's laudable the way it has been structured. So in our sense, I think there are two buckets that we would like to see in the budget. We would like to see an whole ability for investors, and specifically angel high risk early stage investors, to put in more money into young startups, breed more companies, grow them, and keep circulating that money within that ecosystem rather than them going and investing in other sectors.